Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since the last time I shot. In fact, the last video that I shot, you might remember that I signed it off saying this. That's about it. I'll see you next time, hopefully in another week or so. Okay, bye now. And that was 3.5 months ago. It's now early November. I don't have an excuse for not having shot all this time. I just haven't felt like it. But I feel like it today, and it's a good thing I did because it's peak foliage, as you can see behind me. It's early November. The foliage is beautiful. The light is perfect because it's overcast, which creates the sky as a giant light box. So this light's going to be very even and soft pretty much all day, and that's perfect for woodland. So let's find the composition, hopefully not get overwhelmed just by the color, and I'll get back to you in a minute. Well, this particular stretch of woods is actually probably about a week or so past peak. So I'm going to be struggling a little bit to find compositions. I'm probably going to be focusing mainly on a little small tableaus like the one before me, which is I think that's a mulberry leaf on top of a field of ivy. So let's take a look at this, and I'll set the camera and I'll show you what I'm looking at. Okay, so I've zoomed in on this mulberry leaf that's sitting on a bed of ivy. I'll show you on the video here. I will admit I did move the leaf slightly, but it's pretty much in the same position that I have it here. I'm going to focus stack this because there's a lot of depth of field between, say, the left edge of the leaf here and the bottom leaves down here. So I'm going to focus stack this. In fact, I'm going to use the automated feature in this camera to do that. My settings are going to be, well, let's see, yes, ISO is auto right now. I'm going to, oh, actually, that's not the ISO, that's the aperture. I'm going to set that to about f13. Shutter speed's 1/15 of a second. That's a little slow. Let me, oh, actually, I just remembered, I got to put the polarizer on here because there's a lot of reflections over here, and I'm going to need to cut some of that out. So just give me a second, and I will pop that reflection, that polarizer on. All right, I popped on the polarizer, and as you can see, it's a cloudy day, and it doesn't make a lot of difference, but if I turn the polarizer around a little bit, you can see how it slightly deepens the colors, it slightly cuts out the reflections. So I'm going to use the polarizer after all. I've got 1/6 of a second, f13 at ISO 100, and as I mentioned, I'm going to focus stack this, so this is going to take a little minute here. Okay, so that was 20 exposures in about 2 seconds, and we'll see how it works out. And if it comes out good, here's the image. Somehow the focus stacking didn't work, so I only have one image focused on the edge of that yellow leaf. The rest of the image is barely out of focus, so I can't print it, but it's good for social media. All right, so let me touch on a couple of things while I'm walking to my next location. I've greatly downsized the kit that I've been using, carrying with me for landscape photography. I used to carry a big ass backpack, and I've decided I need to strip down. I just turned 72 a couple of weeks ago. I'm still very fit, I work out all the time, but 30-pound bag is pretty much a bit much to carry. So I've switched to a shoulder bag, kind of a messenger bag, and I've got to strap my tripod. And so far, I'm liking the results because it's way easier to carry. And I don't even have to take the backpack off to get to my camera. I've also cut down the number of lenses. I used to carry pretty much everything just for, well, basically I just stripped down to my 24-105, my 15-35, and did I pack the macro? No, I didn't pack the macro. That's those only 2 lenses I bought. So hopefully that's going to be enough. And now I'm going to look for another location to shoot. Well, the sun has come out, which is going to pose a bit of a challenge lighting-wise. I mean, when it comes to landscape or woodland photography specifically, cloudy is best, or partly cloudy is best. Sunny, a little bit of sun is okay if it's filtered through clouds. Too much sun is not good at all because it makes the shadows too harsh. and the highlights too harsh, and then contrast between them too harsh. So I'm going to hope that the sun is veiled by some clouds by the next time I set up a shot, and if so, well, if not, I'm just going to have to wait for it because it's going to be worth it to wait. All right, so moving on, I'm heading along the side of the pond, and actually this part of the woods foliage is not really that great. It probably was peaked about a week ago, so I've kind of missed it, but hopefully I will still be able to find something. So moving on. All right, so I've got another scene framed up here. The sun is still kind of out, but it's giving me a nice backlighting to the scene that I'm looking at here, which is these two trees, which form kind of an arch. Actually, the one tree from the left right here is kind of arching over towards the left. Where's my finger? Okay, so it's arching over towards the left over here. I really kind of like the way that looks. I am not that wild about the sky, but I think I've cropped out enough of it that I can live with it. So I'm going to take the shot right here. I've got 1/20th of a second at f13, ISO 100, and I didn't put the 2-second delay on. So let's do that. And here's the shot. And when it comes out good, here it is. Thank you. Appreciate it. I've got another shot lined up here, but before I go on, just let me apologize for the road noise. There's a highway over here, which I just crossed under, and a plane is flying overhead, so there's a lot of noise going on. But what I have in front of me is a nice composition of some backlit maple leaves against the forest, which is on the other side of a stream. Now, I wish I could open this lens up to more than f4, but that's the limit of this lens. It's an f4. But I think that's going to give me enough coverage. In fact, let me see if I can tilt the camera just slightly like that. And I have the polarizer still on the lens, so if I turn it around, you can see the difference it makes, especially on the background. You see how the background gets all washed out here, but once I turn it here, it becomes all dark and lush. So I'm going to leave it there. And so now I've got f4, 1/25th of a second, ISO 100. There's pretty much no breeze. So, and just as I say that, the breeze kicks up. I might have to switch up my shutter speed a little bit. Let me see. Bring it up to 200, but then I'm going to have to raise my ISO to 200 probably. Yeah, okay, so now I'm at ISO 200, 1/250th of a second at f4. I'm gonna wait for this breeze to die down. I'm gonna wait quite a while for the breeze to die down. This may take me a minute. All right, I think it's about as good as it's going to get right now, so let's take the shot. Okay, it's pretty much still right now. And I think I like that. I'm going to probably crop that down to like 16:9 or something like that. And if the shot's any good, here it is. So I've come down a little bit further down the path, and I've got a nice little scene here. Very, very simple, traditional pathway down the woods. I framed it up as a 16:9. I might crop it to a 1:1. Really, I really kind of like the orange trees over here versus, the orange trees over here, versus the red trees over here. It's just a nice contrast of colors. The leading line is the path itself. I might raise the camera a little bit, but I'm going to take this shot first just to see how it comes out. So my settings are 1/20th of a second, ISO 100, f7.1. I want to just slightly defocus the background, slightly defocus the foreground, especially this side of this bit over here. And, well, here's the shot. It's not too bad. Maybe I'll zoom out a little bit, raise the camera, or just tilt the camera to get a little bit more of the foreground. So now, as you can see, the path is a little bit more evident. And I'm still going to have to focus on the woods over here. So I've got my focus point a little bit more on the bushes to the left. That should get pretty much the whole scene in focus. So again, let me just check the polarizer. Yeah, it's about ideal, right about there. Take the shot. And that's not too bad either. I might even crop that further down to like 65 by 25 or something like that. So let me know in the comments which shot you like better. I'm going to put the two of them side by side and you can let me know which one you prefer. Here are the two versions of this image. I know which one I prefer, but give me your thoughts in the comments. All right, so I've come to a nice composition over the bridge here, over the stream. Basically, I've zoomed out to about 85, 90 millimeters, and as I turn the polarizer around here, you'll see how it kills the reflections. I don't want to totally kill the reflections, but almost totally kill the reflections, because I really want to get the reflections of the trees right about there. All right, so basically I've framed the composition around the arch of that branch and the reflection of that branch. I'm going to take the shot right here. Hopefully they came out. And if it did, here it is. This is an example of color overwhelming composition. I don't think this image really works. The scene is too jumbled with no place to focus your attention. All right, it's getting kind of dark. I'm probably going to turn back soon, but I've come down this path a little further, and I've got a nice shot, little framed up here. Basically, you see, basically you have these three trees, actually 1, 2, 3. One little one in the middle there, around really a cacophony of color. Red, green, orange, red, yellow. It's got it all. I'm just gonna focus right on the middle tree here, and at F9 that should get pretty much the whole thing in focus. I might do I think I'm going to do 2 image focus stack anyway. I'm going to focus instead on the left tree, and then on the right tree. And my settings are 1/5 of a second, f9, ISO 100. Definitely going to crop this down to like a 16 by 9 or maybe something narrower. And if it comes out nice, which I think it will, here's the shot. There was a slight breeze that disturbed the leaves enough to prevent focus blending. Both images were decently sharp though, so I just processed one of them. Okay, this might be my favorite composition up to this date. Again, it's still the same path, basically just going straight up there, but I really like the contrast of the red over here, the yellow over here, the green over here. These trees that are kind of in the middle here, kind of set a firmament for the color. It's really about the color, but it's also about the trees. So I am going to take this shot right now My settings are 4/10 of a second, f11 100th of ISO 100. Yeah, this is gonna look crazy. I really love this shot. And if you like, I hope you like it as much as I do. Anyway, here it is. You may have noticed the hiker approaching me from behind as I took this image. I waited for him to get down the path a bit, and then I took the same image again. Which do you prefer? Let me know in the comments. Well, it's only 1:30 in the afternoon, but the light is going really quickly. I think there's rain in the forecast for tonight, and I thought I felt a drop of rain on my head a little while ago, so I think I want to head back to the car. If I get any more shots between now and then, I'll put them up. And in the meantime, I hope you like what you're seeing, and I hope you want to see more. And if so, please subscribe, give me a like and a comment, hit the notification bell that's right down here, so the next time I upload, you'll see it right away. Again, I apologize for my long absence, and hopefully I'll be back real soon. So until then, see ya.